Hey everyone, my name is Wes. This is Interactive English, which, if this is your first time here, we are all about helping you practice and improve your English skills. And the way that we are going to do that today is this is all about practice, and I am going to give you a verb tense quiz. That's right. We are going to practice your knowledge of the different verb tenses. Now, if you have not seen the lesson that we did before, which was all about the 12 different verb tenses, I suggest you check that out, and I am going to throw a link to it right here in the chat. So that last lesson about the 12 different verb tenses is what's leading us into this lesson right here, in which we are going to practice our skills, because practice makes perfect. I almost screwed that up. Practice makes perfect. The more you do something, the better you will be. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to participate in this lesson. That is what interactive English is all about. Even if you're watching this later, I want you to write your answer in the comments section. Use it like it's a piece of paper. Write your answers, participate in the lesson, and also just tell me hello. Say what's up, tell me your name. I just want to hear from you guys. Give you guys a quick little shout out. Hello. Lolly, Kelly, Maria, Lydia, Beza, Sahara, Olivia, hello, welcome. Thank you guys for joining me. I will give more shout outs as we go through the lesson and the quiz, but let's just get into it. So the first set of questions that I have for you, it will get more difficult as we go along, but the first part of it, it is multiple choice. So here is your first question, okay? And I've blanked out the part. I want you to tell me which answer best completes the sentence, A, B, or C, or if you're very fast at typing, just write the whole sentence, because I think that's really useful. That will help you out. So English since 2005, all right? And there is me over there, my goofy picture. I just tried to find something, a picture where I was looking ridiculous. So English since 2005. What do you think? Which of those verb tenses will best complete the answer? Yes, excellent. Aditya, sorry if I mispronounced names. Angela, Leonardo, Jacqueline. The answer is C. I have been teaching English since 2005. This is an example of the present perfect progressive. It's talking about an action that started in the past, has continued to the present, and will likely continue into the future, because I will continue teaching English. I have been teaching. One of the key words that I wanted to point out in here is the word since. When you see words like since and for, that can indicate the perfect tense. So in this case, we are going to use the present perfect progressive. Next one. Here we go. From time to time, we for dinner. Okay, from time to time, we for dinner. What do you think best completes that sentence? I tried to find an image of just eating out. Wait, I was about to say the answer, all right? That's not the type of restaurant we typically go to, but it was a fun image, so I thought I would use it. So again, if you're just joining us, I saw somebody come in. It's okay, Brenna, if you're late, no problem. We are practicing your English skills. This is a verb tense quiz, all right? What do you think? Which one completes the sentence? Yes, Nguyen, Gosia, Carlos, Saeed. Excellent. A, eat out. That is the correct answer. From time to time, we eat out for dinner. We're talking about the present simple, and the hint that I tried to give you was that from time to time, because from time to time, that is an expression that means the same as sometimes. Sometimes, from time to time, they mean the same thing, and that is that adverb of frequency will tell us the present simple. It's something that's used to describe actions that are in the present, and they are habitual. They are factual. So this is something that is habitual. We do it from time to time. All right, are you ready for your next question, which is this? By the time I arrived at the restaurant, everyone eating. What do you guys think? All right, write your answer in the chat Write your answer in the comments. If you're watching this later, I just want you to participate because that is the best way to improve your skills. Not just learning and listening, but actually engaging with the lessons. By the time I arrived at the restaurant, everyone, eating. Okay? What do you guys think? All right? What do you what do you think? Thank you, Maria. You're awesome too. I think you're great as well. So yes, exactly. I'm seeing some good answers. Yes, Lali, Fulia, Sleepwalker, Kate, Wang, Wang Tian, Elena. The answer is C. By the time I arrived at the restaurant, everyone had already started eating. So let's dissect this and talk about it in a little more detail. This is an example of the past perfect. One indicator is that already. When you see already, that also talks about more of the perfect tense. So this refers to two actions that are in the past. One happened before the other. So by the time I arrived at the restaurant, all right, this is my dependent clause. This is my adverb clause, and it is in the past, the simple past, arrived. So what happened before that? Everyone had already started eating. I'm going to use the past perfect. So before I arrived, something else happened, which is everyone had already started eating. C is the correct answer. Great job. You guys are rocking this. Excellent. That must mean maybe you guys all saw that lesson last week and you learned all of these verb tenses and you know them perfectly. Okay? The next one. I'm gonna try and go through this quickly too, and just keep it moving right along. I tried, but the door just open. Okay? I tried, but the door just open. What do you think? Which verb best completes this sentence? And again, we're just starting out. As we go through them, they will get a bit more challenging, a little more difficult as we continue going through these. So let's see. I tried, but the door just open. All right? Think about if somebody is saying this to you. All right? The key word in there, or the key phrase I would say, is I tried. I tried to do something, but the door just open. All right? The correct answer, yes, I'm going to give a couple shout outs. Mickey, Elena, Sarah, who else has it? Perfect. The correct answer is C. I tried, but the door just won't open. It will not open. I gave you an example like this last week, which it is the future simple. It describes actions that will happen in the future, but it can express some sort of fact or certainty. So in this case, the key phrase is I tried. Somebody's trying to open the door, but it's not opening. And you're describing the situation of how this certainty, what's it going to be like in the future? You know, the door won't open. The door just won't open. I tried, but the door just won't open. So if this is some situation which you're in, you're trying to do something, but it's not going to happen, you will use won't, all right? I tried to make a phone call, but my phone, it won't work, all right? So I tried, but the door just won't open, okay? Future simple. Ready, next one. Okay. Lately, watching reruns of The Office. Okay? And this is a true story, all right? My wife and I, Ioana, and our little girl, Emmy, we lately, I don't want to say it. I get close to actually telling you the answers. Lately, watching reruns of The Office. What do you think is the answer? A, B, or C? We've been, we were, we'd been. Which one do you think would be correct? Okay. So, all right. Lately, watching reruns of The Office. Okay. In this case, the key word is lately. That adverb is actually giving us some specific information. It's telling us more information. And yes, we have some answers. Excellent. Lolly, Mrs. Redundant. Who else? Romesa, tick tick, perfect. Angela Omar, the correct answer is A. Lately, we've been watching reruns of The Office. This is the present perfect progressive. It's talking about, so we're doing it again because I've already asked you one with the present perfect progressive, just kind of seeing, trying to trick you, throw you off a little bit. It refers to actions that started in the past, they continue to the present, and will likely continue into the future. Lately, we've been watching reruns of The Office. We have been present perfect progressive. Okay? Look, next one. By the time this lesson ends, you the like button, okay? What do you think? By the time this lesson ends, you the like button. I'm trying to include all of you in this example. So what do you think is the correct answer, all right? A, B, or C? Would you say you will have hit, you will be hitting, or you will hit by the time this lesson ends? Okay, what do you think is the correct answer? A, B, or C? And some of these, some of these verb tenses can be a bit challenging, all right? So again, if you're just joining us, we are doing a verb tense quiz, and I want you guys to participate. I want you to write your answers in the chat, and even later, use that comment section, practice your English skills. So we have some good answers. By the time this lesson ends, all right? The answers, yes, excellent job. Chris, Stefano, Alasha, Olivia, perfect. Natalie, by the time this lesson ends, you will have hit the like button. A. That is the correct answer. We are talking about the future perfect. And again, when you see that by the time, remember we had it in a question just like 2 questions ago, by the time. It's often used with a perfect tense. Maybe it's the past perfect. In this case, it's the future perfect. By the time this lesson ends, all right, we have our dependent clause using the present simple, which means our independent clause, we're going to talk about the future. You will have hit the like button. 2 actions in the future, one happens before the other. So the action in the future, the lesson ends. Well, what will happen before that in the future? You will have hit the like button. I hope that you have already hit it, but if you have not hit it, please go ahead and hit that like button. Let me know if you enjoy these quiz lessons. The more I see those likes, then I know, okay, I need to do more of these quiz lessons. People enjoy them. It's great practice, okay? So again, this is a little more challenging when we're talking about the future perfect. By the time this lesson ends, you will have hit the like button. Excellent. Let's look at the next one. Okay. Back in 2010, I live in Namibia. And that's a true story. I'm trying to think. I want to talk about this without giving it away. All right. What do you think? Would you say A, used to, B, used to, or C, have used to? Which one do you think is correct? This one I tried to be a little cute with and tried to maybe trick you a little bit. I think you guys will do fine on this one. Back in 2010, all right? I'm giving you the year. I live in Namibia. And I said that's true. If you don't know where Namibia is, it is in southern Africa. It is just northwest of South Africa. It is a beautiful country. That is me with my grade 11 English class, all right? That is in 2010. So yes, excellent. Great, perfect. Thank you for your answers. Mirksan, Elkike, Albaz, Ricardo, Luna, M. Arin. The answer is B, used to. All right. Back in 2010, I used to live in Namibia. I could just use, if I wanted to use live as my main verb, I just say, back in 2010, I lived in Namibia. It is an action that is complete. It is finished. So you would say be used to. It is the past simple. An action in the past that is finished, all right? It is finished in the past. The reason I say it could be a little tricky is because used to And used to, what it means is, again, the meaning of the verb is something that you did in the past, but you no longer do. So I was trying to be a little tricky, but you guys caught on to that. You knew that all too well. Excellent. All right, here we go. Let's continue. When her parents knocked on the door. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I'm trying to simulate that knocking. When her parents knocked on the door, she for work. Okay, what do you guys think? All right. When her parents knocked on the door, she for work. Would it be A, will have already left, B, had already left, C, has already left? Again, I'm using that already. I like trying to use words that I think are common with certain tenses. All right, that's why I'm doing this. All right, excellent. Thank you for your answers. Yes, Ruma, Lali, Prerna. Sorry again if I mispronounce names. Who else do we got? It's going so fast. The Shadows. Thank you for your answers. Chris, yes, the answer is B. All right, when her parents knocked on the door, there's that knock, she had already left for work. It is an example of the past perfect, all right? And again, I want to give you that meaning down there if you're trying to figure out, well, what exactly is the past perfect? It's talking about two actions that are in the past and one happened before the other. So again, like one action, when her parents knocked on the door, again, knocked is in the past. What happened before that? She had already left for work. Now, sometimes there's confusion between, well, when do I use, what's the difference between the simple past and the past perfect? If I use this sentence in the simple past, when her parents knocked on the door, she left for work, and I just say it in the simple past, then that makes me think, well, that these two things happened around the same time. But in this case, you want to give that extra information using the past perfect, saying, well, she's not at home. All right, before the parents knocked on the door, she had already left. So in this case, you definitely want to use the past perfect. All right, ready? When he got to work, everyone in the conference room. When he got to work, everyone in the conference room. What do you think? A, will meet. B, had met. C, was meeting. All right, which of those tenses, which of those verbs best completes this sentence? And again, I would always encourage you, try to put it into context, all right? Think about it as though we're having a conversation or you're having a conversation with somebody and, I say, hey, when he got to work, everyone in the conference room. What do you guys think? Which best completes this sentence? Write your answer in the chat or even in the comments later. I just want to hear from you. I want you to participate so that you can practice and improve your English skills, all right? So I have some good answers. Yes, Sabri, Saeed, Hanifa, The Shadows, Miss Reluctant, Gosia, Nika. The answer is C. When he got to work, all right, got, that is in the past simple, all right? When he got to work, that's my dependent clause. Everyone was meeting in the conference room, all right? Past progressive. When it can refer to two things. Refers to a continuous action at a specific time. If I'm asking about a specific time in the past, or talking about actions that were happening when another event occurred. So for example, an event occurred. He got to work, all right? What action was happening? It was a continuous action. So when he got to work, he arrived, there was a continuous action. Everyone was meeting because the meeting started in the past. It's continued to when he got there, and it's probably going to continue on. So when he got to work, everyone was meeting in the conference room, and I'm sure that he probably felt a bit embarrassed because he was late to the meeting. It's not good sometimes to be late for these important meetings. So hope you guys, everyone, got that one. Past progressive, or as I think I said, past continuous, past progressive, they mean the same thing. Progressive, continuous, it's the same. All right. At this time next week, Another live lesson, all right? Again, there's that serious picture of me. At this time next week, another live lesson. This is actually an example that I used in the previous lesson. So again, if you have not seen that lesson, check it out. I really go through all of the verb tenses and give you some specific examples, okay? At this time next week, another live lesson. What do you think it is? A, I'll be teaching, B, I'll have taught, or C, I'll have been teaching. What do you guys think? Write your answer in the chat, write your answer in the comments. I'm seeing some lovely answers, all right? Yes, Chris, the Rubik's, Santi, Sophia, yes, Sleepwalker. The answer is A. At this time next week, I'll be teaching another live lesson. So again, think about this. It's the future progressive. We're talking about a continuous action that happens at a specific time, or actions that will be happening when another event occurs. In this case, we're talking about a specific time. I'm giving you that time at this time next week. All right? Same time, same place. What continuous action will be happening? I will be teaching. I'll be teaching. Notice the form. When you're talking about the progressive tense, you're using the verb to be, the main verb, and ing. I'll be teaching. But in this case, since it's the future, you need that will, all right? I will be teaching another live lesson. True story, all right? And I hope you guys will join me for that lesson, okay? So what we're going to do now is we're going to switch it up. And now I'm going to make it a little more difficult because I am not going to give you, this is not going to be multiple choice anymore. I'm not going to give you A, B, and C. What I want you to do is you will need to write the correct verb tense. I will give you the verb that you need to use. In some cases, I will give you the subject as well. All right? So let's go ahead and look at the next one. So, okay. What right now? Now, one thing I will say, I just noticed this. The verb that I want you to use is do. The subject is you. I forgot to put the subject. So it should say in parentheses, you do. So I should say the subject and the verb, you do. I want you to write the question. Or write what that verb tense should be. What right now? You do. That is what you should be in parentheses, okay? Excellent. Yes. Gosia, Rishi, Juan. Perfect. All right. So the key word there is right now. That's going to tell us that we would be asking this question in the continuous tense, in the progressive tense, the present progressive. An action that's happening right now, it's not yet complete. If somebody were to say, hey, what are you doing right now? What are you doing? Oftentimes, I put right now so that you would know what kind of answer I wanted. Oftentimes, somebody would just ask, what are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? Perhaps if they're on the phone, they might say, hey, what are you doing right now? And make it a little more precise. But often, if you're just having a conversation, they just say, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing right now? All right, let's look at the next one. In this case, I gave you the subject. I to Guatemala. All right, and if you can't see the picture, yes, this is a picture of me from 2009. I believe it was 10 years ago, visiting Tikal in Guatemala, which is these ruins. They're amazing. It's a beautiful country. Shout out to anybody in Guatemala right now who's watching this lesson. All right. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend. So I to Guatemala. Okay. What do you think is the best way if you and I are having a conversation and I want to tell you this information, what would I say? I to Guatemala. All right. What do you think? Okay. I'm seeing some different answers in there. But yes, Lorenzo, excellent. Juan, Lynn, Odar, it's going so fast. Aaron, wow. I have been to Guatemala. Present perfect, all right? We're talking about, in this case, an action in the past at an unspecified time. Now, you could say, exactly, some people said went and they use the simple past. Grammatically, that is correct. I could say, yeah, I went to Guatemala. But the reason why I wanted the present perfect is because, again, we often use the past simple when you're giving a time. Like say, if I said 2009, I went to Guatemala in 2009. That is a completed action. I'm giving you the time, but in this case, it's an unspecified time. So I think commonly people would use the present perfect when they're talking about places they have traveled, places they have been, places they have visited. Notice I just used the present perfect when I said all of those. Have been, have traveled, have visited. Present perfect, unspecified time. I've been to Guatemala, all right? Next one, all right? We're just going through these. Learning English with us, all right? Now I've taken out a bit more information. I did give you the subject and the verb, you enjoy. What is the first part of that question? What do you think? Learning English with us. I've given you the subject, I've given you the verb. Learning English with us. What question am I asking you? All right. And there is, that's me and my beautiful wife, Ioana. And we are standing in front of the Golden Gate Bridge because we used to live in the San Francisco Bay Area. If you guys haven't been, all right, there again, using the present perfect. If you haven't been, you should go. It's a beautiful, beautiful city. All right. Let's see. Yes. Gosia, Fulia, perfect. All right. Again, some of you writing part of the question, but not all of it. Alasha, yes. Do you enjoy? Okay. Do you enjoy learning with us? All right. Do you enjoy learning English with us? That is my question for you. It is a question in the present simple. Describing action in the present, habitual, factual. I'm just asking you, it'd be like a yes or no question. Do you enjoy learning English with us? Remember, the main verb is enjoy. You enjoy. Learning in this case is a gerund, okay? Do you enjoy learning English with us? And if you guys do, I really hope that you enjoy learning English with us. And if you guys do enjoy learning English with us and want to support what we do here at Interactive English, check out our Patreon page. You can join the Patreon family. There are some cool rewards. Check that out. There's a link down below in the description, but I'm going to throw a link right here just for all of you. If you would like to support Interactive English and the things, our lessons here, we'd really appreciate it. You can check that out. If you don't, that's okay, all right? We're always going to be here for you. We just want to help all of you guys practice and improve your English skills. So here we go. The next one. This is another example from the previous lesson, all right? By 2067, we on YouTube for 50 years. Okay, the verb is teach. All right, how are you going to complete that sentence using teach? All right, what tense, what verb tense are you going to use so that this makes sense? And this is a little more challenging. Again, some of the grammar that I think you definitely need to know would be like, present simple, present continuous, past continuous, present perfect. Those are the ones that we commonly use all the time. Once you get into some of those other ones, it does become a little more advanced. By 2067, we on YouTube for 50 years. Okay, there are, I'll give you a hint. There are 4 words that you should use, all right, in this sentence. So if you guys, close. Some of you, yes, all right, I see some great correct answers. Yes, Risha, perfect. Alasha, yes. Okay, I see another one, Daniel. So 4 words, all right? We're talking about the future. So we know that we're going to need to put will, all right? By 2067, that's talking about a point in the future, and we're referencing a continuous action, perfect tense, all right? Will have been, and then it's a continuous action, teaching, will have been teaching on YouTube for 50 years. This is an example of the future perfect progressive. And like I said, this is more advanced grammar because it's not in every conversation, you're not going to use the future perfect progressive. But in this case, if you're talking about these actions, 2 points in the future, all right, then this would be a time when you would use it. By 2067, what's happening, all right? We will have been teaching for 50 years. If we continue, all right, it's a continuous action that goes up until 2067, and maybe we will continue. I hate to break it to you, probably we won't be teaching by 2067 because that would mean that I am 40, I think I would be 88 years old. Oh, goodness. I certainly hope that I'm not still teaching on YouTube at 88. But who knows? You never know. Life is full of surprises. Let's look at... All right. Okay. This actually, no. I don't know why I'm laughing. This is a very serious sentence. All right. This past month, every other day, and I plan to keep it up. And, I included a picture of myself in this. You can see that picture down below. I'm getting good results. This past month, every other day. And I plan to keep it up. Okay? That's part of the key. And I plan to keep it up. All right? So think about it. Think about you and I. We're having a conversation. And I'm just telling you, hey, this past month, every other day, and I plan to keep it up. What do you think? All right. The verb is exercise. The main verb is exercise. All right. I haven't seen it. Yes. All right. Harry, excellent. Great job. Rishi, Juan. All right. Room. Yes. We're talking about something that started in the past. All right. I've continued up until the present. And when I say I plan to keep it up, I'm going to continue in the future. I have been exercising every other day, and I plan to keep it up. Two actions that again, we're talking about actions that started in the past, and they have continued to the present. And as you can see, again, look, I'm getting great results from this. I was laughing. It's such a bad Photoshop job, but I just thought it was funny. Anyway. All right, let's look at the next one. If you can't laugh at yourself, who can you laugh at? All right, that's what I always say. This is another question. Why me a heads up last night? All right. This is what I want you to use. You, not give. Okay. How are you going to complete that question? That's the subject you, it's in the negative, and the main verb is give. Me a heads up last night. And this is an expression that I like to use. You're talking about a heads up is just that you're making something known. You're telling someone about something, like some kind of information. All right? I don't want to say the answer, so I will tell you. All right. So what would you say? Yes, Eddie, exactly. I love how you're writing your name. Perfect. LA1, perfect. Yes. Lolly, why didn't you give me a heads up last night? Again, last night, it's going to tell you it's the past. We need to use the helping verb do. It's just going to be conjugated in the past. Why didn't you? Or, why didn't you give me a heads up last night? Past simple. It describes an action, again, in the past. So something happened and, well, actually, in this case, something didn't happen. And I wanted this person to give me a heads up, to tell me some information so that I could be prepared. They did not tell me. So I said, hey, why didn't you give me a heads up? Why didn't you tell me that I had to do this extra work? Why didn't you give me a heads up? I need to know. All right. So yes, if we're talking about giving someone a heads up, you were giving them some information to make them aware of something. So for example, I'd say, I just want to give you guys a heads up that here we go, follow my verb. We will be doing a live lesson next Saturday. I just want to give you a heads up, let you know about that. I hope that makes sense. All right, next one, the phone, somebody answer it. What do you guys think? All right. What do you think? The phone, somebody answer it. What do you guys think? How would you complete this sentence? Think of it like this situation is happening, all right? What would you tell somebody if you were saying this sentence? What would you say to them? The phone, somebody answer it. All right? So, yes, let me see, it's going so quickly. All right. Remember, the phone is singular. Yes, Ricardo, Lorenzo, Eddie, Omar. So if this is this would be happening now because the key is somebody answer it. I'm telling somebody answer the phone. So this is happening now in the present, which means we're going to use that present progressive tense. The phone is ringing. All right. Remember the formula that you're going to use when you're talking about things that are happening now. All right. We're going to use the verb to be plus the main verb with the ing. Is ringing. The phone is ringing. Somebody answer it. Present progressive. Something that's happening now, it's not complete. So this is a common incident. You might hear this if you're watching a movie or a TV show and this is happening and say, hey, somebody's phone is ringing. Answer it. Pick up the phone. Are you ready? Here we go. I think this is a little more difficult. People, in the chat when I began this lesson. All right? People, in the chat when I began this lesson. The verb that I want you to use is talk. All right? People, in the chat when I began this lesson. Now, there are two different answers that you could give. One of them there is one answer that I'm looking for. All right. There is one answer in specific that I'm looking for, and I will tell you, but there are two answers that you could give. Actually, most of you are giving the second answer that I thought of. That is very common. But okay, so you could say this. All right. People. I made a mistake. Sorry. Yes, everyone got it right. People were talking in the chat when I began this lesson. All right. People were talking. Again, it's a continuous action in the chat when something happened. All right. So it's talking about it says, again, refers to continuous actions at a specific time. All right. Or when they were happening when another event occurred. So in this case, I'm not giving you a specific time. I'm more talking about that event that occurred. Okay. I began the lesson. That is the event. Well, what action was happening at that time and continuous? What continuous action? Well, when the event occurred, I began this lesson, people were talking. People were talking in the chat. The verb to be, again, past progressive plus the main verb ing. All right, here we go. When this quiz is over, how many questions? Correct. All right, this is a question that I could ask you. All right, I'm giving you the subject. I'm giving you the tense too, kind of. You will get. All right, so you know that we're talking about the future at this point. When this quiz is over, how many questions? Correct. What do you think we're talking about? Remember, think about. It's tough when you're thinking about verbs. Verbs are so important because they tell us the time. They tell us when things happen. Is it happening in the past, the present, or the future? And we talked about those different aspects. Remember about something being the simple or the progressive or the perfect. So this is a lot of information to go through. And if you haven't seen it already, check out the lesson from last week. I think it will really help. So when this quiz is over, how many questions? Yes, excellent. How many questions? Again, I'm looking for specifics. I haven't seen any. People are close, but I haven't seen a correct answer. What's going on? All right, so think about it. Remember, it's a question, all right? How many questions? All right, think about the construction. When this quiz is over, how many questions? We need that future tense, will. Will you? Remember, when we're talking about a question, you're gonna invert that subject. How many questions will you have gotten or have got? Again, the past participle of get can be got or gotten. So how many questions will you have gotten correct? All right, that is the specific words that I want, or you could say, will you have got correct? For me personally, I always, as the past participle, I always use gotten. Get, got, gotten. I always use gotten. So I'd say, when this quiz is over, how many questions will you have gotten correct? So again, the future perfect. Two actions in the future, one happened before the other. So when this quiz is over, it's in the future. All right, something's happened. You've already gotten some questions correct. We don't know how many, which is why I'm asking you, how many questions will you have gotten correct? So remember, that is the specific construction that you would need to use. Will you have gotten? That was a little more difficult, all right, a little more challenging. Let's do another one. To open the door for several minutes when she found her key. All right? Think about the situation. To open the door for several minutes when she found her key. All right? Again, this is more difficult. This is a little more challenging. How would you complete this sentence? I think the other one was challenging because it was a question. So this is just a statement, all right? The verb is try. To open the door for several minutes. For several minutes. For is a key word there. When she found her key, all right? So let's break this down. Found, okay, that when she found her key, that is my dependent clause. It's in the past. So we know that we're talking about something in the past. When I said for several minutes, remember when I said if you see words like for and since, that often tells you the perfect tense, all right? For several minutes, found her key. So in this case, we'd say, we had been trying to open the door for several minutes when she found her key. Past perfect progressive. It is a continuous action. Because you're not just trying once, whoop, the door won't open, let's stop. You're continuously trying to open the door. But it's in the past, it's a continuous action, it's for a duration of time, had been trying, all right? We had been trying to open the door for several minutes when she found her key. Suddenly she found her key, and now we can open the door. All right, excellent. So I hope I know that was a lot to cover. I hope that you guys enjoyed this practice. I hope that you got some good use out of it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for joining us today. If you enjoyed this quiz, don't forget to hit that like button. Let me know so that I know that I should prepare more of these quiz lessons to help you guys practice and improve your skills. Because practice is such a big part of it. Here on YouTube, there are a lot of lessons out there, including many of ours, that are more for presentation lessons, teaching you about words and grammar, pronunciation. But this is actually a great way that we want to actually have you guys practice your skills and participate in our lessons. So please like and share this lesson. write to us in the comments if you have questions. We just love hearing from you. Tell us your name, especially if this is your first time here at Interactive English. Let us know. We want to hear from you. You can join our social media classes. We are active on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and that's it, of course, right here on YouTube. So thank you. I can't speak anymore. Sleepwalker, Ruma, Angelo, Vishnu, Alberto, Eddie, Michelangelo, Karma, Suhara. Thank you, Jan. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will see you next time. I don't know if you guys are still watching. Vicky, Gustav, I saw you guys comment on there quickly. Thank you guys. Glad you could join me. Hope you guys have a great day. I will see you next week. Be here, all right?